Okay, how to explode your LinkedIn engagement and attract your ideal client in under 15 minutes a day. One of the biggest obstacles that I hear from advisors as to why they're not using LinkedIn more often and to get clients is because they just don't have the time. So when I'm done, you're going to look at this and say, wow, I can do all of this in like 15 minutes. So let's kind of get into it right now. So the first part we're going to talk about is connections. You need to connect to your ideal client. So now I'm using Brooke's profile account here as my guinea pig. And the first thing we're going to do is kind of put things together where it actually attracts his ideal client. Business owner and Southern tier consulting doesn't really mean anything to me. So his ideal market is basically people from North Carolina. And what we're going to do is we are going to present ourselves as someone that caters to people from North Carolina. So in your profile page, you hit this little pencil here on the top right, and we're going to go into his headline, which is right there. And we're going to put something which would maybe attract somebody to taking a closer look at a situation. So let's just go with I help North Carolinians save tax. That could be anything you want, but what you're looking for is something that will get people's attention. So we'll just go with that. We'll go down to the bottom right here, and then we're gonna save. All right, so that's done. So you can see here, I help North Carolinians save tax. This will be very relevant in a separate video, but this is actually very important. So make sure you do that. The second thing that I notice here is that there is no opportunity for people to book a chat. This is a big one because what you're trying to do is you're trying to create a scenario where there's the least amount of friction possible for someone that's interested in working with you or at least having a conversation with you and actually booking that. So we're going back to that same pencil again. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll see this. It's called custom button. Click edit custom button. And what we're going to do is you have some choices here. Visit my store, visit my website, view my portfolio, all this kind of stuff. But what we're looking for here is something that we can customize. So we're going to hit link. So select a button to displaying our profile. We're going to click link. The text is book a chat, not book a meeting, book a chat. We're trying to make it look very non-salesy. Book a chat sounds good. I don't have the link to his Calendly account, so I'm just going to use mine. So you just go into your Calendly account or whatever you use, save it. We're going to put this in the link here, and then hit save. And now when I go back to his profile page, you can see book a chat. The reason why this is important is because as we are connecting to people and as we're attracting them to what we're doing, you're making it as easy as possible for them to say, hey, you know what? That resonates with me. How do I get a hold of Brooks? Oh, look at this. Book a chat. And not by coincidence, every post that we are going to post will say book a chat link in my bio. So that's the reason why we have that there. All right. So connections, very, very important. This is how you can connect with about 20 people a day in under 2 minutes. Going to search, in this case, North Carolina. So we are going to differentiate by location. If you have a niche, you would put business owners, you put doctors, you put dentists. Once you hit enter, so you put in your search code here and you hit enter, and now you have options. So here are all the ways that you can actually filter people out. We're not looking for businesses, we're looking for people. So I'm going to click people here. And then what I'm going to differentiate with is locations. So here we go. There you go. North Carolina, show results. Boom. Right down the line. Every single person here is North Carolina. And it looks like these are all business people. So that's fantastic. And that's all we're going to do. Send without a note. People ask me, is it better if I actually post a message? Mm, yes and no. So technically, you would get a slightly higher response rate or connection rate from people that you send a message as well. But the reality is we're trying to make this as simple as possible. So let's see if we can connect with 20 people in under 2 minutes. So we're just going to connect. And as you can see, I mean, I can do a quick look. I mean, economic developer, CEO. I mean, these are high profile. Skip the follows. So we're trying to make this as quick and painless as possible. There's nine. Go to the next page. Executive director. These look like people with money. So again, just do this really, really quick. Connect with 20 people a day. The reason why it's 20 people a day is because if you do 20 a day, then you will max out at the week anyways, because it's not unlimited. We'll do a few more here. So it'll be like close to 30 in under 2 minutes. Anytime you get one of these, don't bother, just move on. And again, this guy's a wealth advisor, so we're probably going to skip him. Program assistant is good. And then head coach, sporting director, fantastic. And that is pretty much it for connections. So typically, what you can expect to get back if you haven't been active on LinkedIn, you're probably looking at about a 10 to 20% connection rate. But we're going to increase that with some of the other videos. But the reality is, even if you got just 10%, if you're sending out, 100 a week, that is 10 new connections a week, which is over 520 people per year. But that's really on the low end because what we're going to be focusing on is getting people to want to connect with you. So my connection rate is actually over 50%. And that's not by coincidence. It's because I'm doing all the other things, which I'm going to teach you in another recording.